get the money, honey, 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 get the money, honey. Hey, 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 get the money, honey, get the money, honey, get the money, honey, get the money, honey. Hey, hey. Hello, hello, hello. What is going on? Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon. This is Christina L. Turner, Kingmaker. Guys, we are one day away from February. This month has went by so fast. I cannot believe how fast it went by. And I still have a lot of stuff to do. And so I do want to apologize that I did record with scholarships and business grants last week. However, I was trying to record with you, my YouTube family, and my TikTok family. But for whatever reason, I was having a lot of problems with YouTube. So this week, what I'm going to be doing, and probably from now on, is going ahead and recording and then uploading, because I have intros and the outros that goes with it, and then I have to add the ad for it and all of that great stuff. So let's talk a little bit about business, since this is the last day of January, and I know a lot of us has been hit with so many surprises in the tax industry, in the in the financial industry, period. Okay, it has just been a lot of different changes. One of the things is that we've been seeing since December, how people are losing their money, their bank accounts are being closed, and there's no answers to those what's going on, and they're telling people to come back in February as if people do not have any bills or any responsibility. I have no idea what in the world is actually happening, except for that I know that we're going into our currency, which is no longer a currency anymore, that we are in bankrupt, we're over our budget. Right. So the US is over its budget. So you're probably thinking, well, what does that look for me as a business owner? Okay. Because if these United States do not have any money, how is it that I'm going to have grants? And how am I going to from grants for my business, grants for school, scholarships for school? How is that going to look in the future? Well, from what I understand is that the monies that are set aside for grants, like different entities are the ones who award grants for scholarships in some businesses. Now, there are government grants for you if you are in business. They are there, okay, because this money supposedly have been allocated for you. One of the things I am going to say to you as a business owner and those that are going trying out for scholarships is that the realm of it is very, very competitive. You really want to make sure that when you're applying for grants for your business, that not only do you that you fulfill the requirements as the person who's giving you the grant is asking for, but that also that you make your business stand out. Like, be authentic in your storytelling when you are applying for grants for your business. Either you're a nonprofit, for-profit entity, and the same goes for those that are applying for scholarships. So I want to apologize that again, that I wasn't able to upload the video. I did the video on TikTok. I think it was on TikTok maybe for about an hour and 45 minutes or something like that. But anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm redoing that video for you for the last week. And then I'm going to come back and do a video for February. So you're going to be seeing me in the same garment. And so that you can get this information that I have. Okay, so we're going to get started. And this today is only going to be about business grants. Today I have scholarship information I don't have with me for this particular broadcast. So I just really want you to know that this is going to be strictly for grants, is particularly minority grants for Black women. And we're going to go through them. And I also have like a big thing. Another thing that I would like for you to do is I'm going to be giving you a link that I really want you to subscribe to this particular agency who gives out a lot of information about grants so that you can go for yourself. I've been seeing on other social media channels and platforms, whatever, like people are charging you $35 for their list. I mean, I'm not going to do that here. I mean, if that's the case, then why would I have a YouTube channel if I'm not going to give you the information, right? So what I do ask though, if you do not get it, because I don't put all the links in here, and I do have more than I can read on here. And if you do want it, I'm not charging $35, but even $5, you can have my list and I can give it to you, and then you can go about your way on applying for these grants. Also, I want to tell you that Mr. Kwame, who is my business partner, one of my business partners, we are helping you with your grant applications. So he is phenomenal. Hear me, he is phenomenal. I'm an excellent writer as well, grant writer, but he is also phenomenal in getting those grant applications out expeditiously. So if you are in need of help with your grant application, I think the fee is $150 for him to do your grant application, your business grant application. Okay, so you want to go to www.christinalturner.com and go ahead and order that for your grant application. Somebody's going to call and talk to you within that same door or within 24 hours. At least give us 24 hours to respond, because we've been really, really busy this year already with inquiries and people needing to get things done because we're seeing how the economy is going. Also, I am going to be creating a private group. I have some intimate financial details that I do not want to disclose live on YouTube or even on any of my social media platforms. And I'm going to be doing workshops, okay? So that you can get the information that you need so that one, you won't have any debt, two, how to navigate in acquiring your home and all. So there are some things that is legitimately legal that a lot of people don't know. It's starting to circulate around, but I would like to walk people through, like people who don't have the quite understanding on how certain things are done. I would love to help you with that. So I'm going to be having that, and I'll let you know when I'm going to be giving those webinars, because they are going to be coming soon, like within the next week or two. Okay, so I'm going to be having webinars and things like that that's going to help, and also talking about a couple of things that I really don't want to talk about. What's really going on in our world is not just these United States, but it's also globally what's going on in the economic and the social sectors with our people, and how we are going to be getting prepared so that we're not just left looking like deer in headlight. That's not the way to go. If you are new to my channel, I know I did a whole big spiel. My name is Christina L. Turner, Kingmaker, and I would like for you to subscribe, like, and share my video, okay, with people that you think that is going to be helpful. And you know what, it also keeps me in the algorithm. I did take some time off. I do that from time to time because I have to reset. I have other responsibilities, but I am trying to get here, maybe not every week like I used to, but definitely getting on my YouTube channel at least twice a month or more. Okay, so that's the only thing that I can promise you at that right now, because my plate is really, really full. So again, like, subscribe, and share, because we get ready to get into getting the money, honey. Let's get the money, honey, and let's find out where these scholarships are. So I'm going to be looking this way because I have my other laptop that is up with all the information that I'm going to be giving you. And my purpose as, I'm just going to say this, why while I'm opening this up. My purpose is to be your, I am, what did Mr. Kwame say to me? He said, you are a destiny helper. And it is very true. I've been helping people and been in business over 29 years. And I literally help people get to where they got to go, and they really do grow and they get big and they grow. Okay. So, yeah, so let's get into it, and then I can talk to you about my consulting services and all that stuff. If you're interested in it, then you can partake. If not, I'm going to be turning off all comments on my videos from now on. So no one will be able to leave a comment. So if there's anything that you will need from me, as a consultant, or even just some information, or you just want to, just ask a couple of questions, you don't get charged to ask a couple of questions. That's irrelevant. But if I have to do a consultation, my consultations, just, consulting for an hour is $75 an hour. Okay. So that's where we started. That's just a little bit of consulting. That's not strategy. That's a little bit of consulting. So if you ask me a couple of questions, I can help you. All right, so there are 53, okay, minority grants for Black women-owned businesses in 2023. If you are not aware of it, you are now, okay? One of the grants that I really, there's a couple of things that I do want you to pay attention to is pay attention to the federal grants that are available. Now, this is for businesses. So one of the things that you want to register as a certified minority business, that's something I had not done, but we will be doing it this year, is being registered as a minority-owned business. Because when you're registered as a minority-owned business, it gives you, so it widens up, or how can I best, it gives you more nets, okay, for where you can bring in more money. All right. So it gives you more nets where you can bring in more money. So you want to register with your state as a certified minority business if you are a Black business owned, and you also want to register on the federal level. Okay, so that's where you get your SAMS number and all that stuff that comes with that. And that is a process. It's not overnight, and it can take up to 4, 6, 8, 12 weeks for you to get that number, but you want to have it. You want to be in a system. There are so many different opportunities out there for you. And like I said in the beginning, there's money that's allocated for business that's already set aside. Okay. So, so your local and state grants too, you want to make sure that you're able to get with your community and within your state and see what they have to offer for you as well. Because again, sometimes when we go for the real big, it's so competitive. It's like, how can I put it? I always say this, that the cheerleader always, when I was in high school, the cheerleader, the head cheerleader always dated the boy that was the quarterback, right? And so all the girls wanted the guy that was the quarterback, or the main guy who was out there, whatever. And I was like, I'm never interested in what everybody else is want. I like to go dig my own well. So you want to go to the closest well possible. So check your local and your state, okay, before you kind of like just, go all over the place. Okay. So here is one grant. It's the Amber Grant for Women. Okay. And the Amber Grant was created to help minority women in business to even start a business. So they're every month, they do this every month. A winner is selected and given $500. Okay. And then at the end of the year, one of the 12 monthly winners will be given $1,000. So when I click on the Amber Grant, the Amber Grant has, okay, so let's just talk about the statistics on this, okay? So here with the Amber Grant does a lot of research in regard to businesses everywhere, not just minority women, okay? But what they found out that even though businesses are coming up and there's more entrepreneurs and there's a lot of businesses that are closing due to the finances, one of the things they're saying is that based on the National Women's Business Council, women represented, owned, and managed 37.6% of American enterprises as of 2023. That's a lot of business. That's over a quarter of businesses that is within these United States. 37.6. Okay. Also, is also true for minority-owned enterprises. So you talk about women, and then you talk about minority-owned enterprises, especially those operated by Black business owners, which has increased by 8% since 2018 to 2019. So in 2023, it says Black women control 1.6 million enterprises here in the United States, which is accounting for 13.7% of all women-owned businesses. Okay. And this is the thing that you need to say. Although this is relatively better than those operated by Asian women, and is substantially lower than those controlled by Hispanic and white women. So we are coming up. Now, this is the thing, women as a whole, okay, I'm all for the women. Women as a whole, we have buying power. Minority women as a whole, we're the ones that really are holding our community together. A lot of us, or we're holding a home together. We're making executive decisions in our home, all of that stuff. We have a lot of power. We have a lot of buying power that we don't use. I don't know why we don't use it. Well, like I said in the video last week, was I do know why. It's because we have a problem. I don't know what it is. It's in our DNA that we don't, some of us, we do. We mesh really, really good together. And then there's some of us, we do not come together to save our lives. We have so much jealousy and envy, right? And which doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So the Amber Grant was, getting back to the Amber Grant, it was established to, for the life of Amber Wigdaw, and it was the first online organization that provided grants to women-owned businesses. Amber they talked about how she passed away at the age of 19 before she achieved her entrepreneurial goals. So I don't know how many of you ever wanted to be in the business as a young kid. I know that I had my first little business when I was 9 years old, and then my second one at 13. And yeah, so there's not too many people who want to be in business when they're really, really young. My granddaughter, she started her own business. So when you're young, some people do, and then sometimes we just find a way. We don't want to work in a job anymore. We want to be on our own. So they give, in the beginning, they gave an award of $10,000 grant to a female business owner every month. And then they also they do a supplementary annual $25,000 grant to any of the previous 12 monthly Amber Grant winners. So there's a lot of money with this Amber Grant. So monthly, this is what you're doing now. You're going to get $10,000 every month for every winner. And then the women that judges, they're going to assess all the requests, and they're going to choose 5 top candidates. One of those top contenders will receive the $10,000 Amber Grant. The remaining 4 contestants are going to receive $1,000. The $10,000 Amber Grant winner each month is eligible for the $25,000 a year in grant. They also are going to give the annual Amber Grant, that annual at the end for $25,000 is going to go to 2 people, okay, 2 women. It's going to be awarded, this is what they say, at the end of each year, the Women's Net awards 2 independent $25,000 grants to women-owned businesses. The first $25,000 grant is awarded to just about any previous $10,000 monthly grant. So if you even got awarded the previous month, you're still able to have the opportunity to get the $25,000 annual grant as well. And the remaining $25,000 grant is available to any previous $10,000 monthly business category grant winner. So the Amber grant is giving away a lot of money. I can go on and on. So what I want you to do is you're going to have to get to the ambergrant.com. Let me see if I can give you the link on this so I could give you the correct link on Amber Grant. You're going to go to the Amber Foundation. Open this link. My neck is hurting. So you're going to go to the Amber Foundation, and it's going to be, you're going to go to ambergrantsforwomen.com. That's the correct link, ambergrantsforwomen.com. All right. Okay, so I'm going to go to the next one for you. And again, if you're just coming in, my name is Christina L. Turner, Kingmaker. And what you can do is share my video, like my video, and subscribe to my channel so that you can get this information. Another grant that I want to talk about is the Halstead grant, HALSTAD. The Halstead grant is especially for women who are in love with jewelry. So if you're a jewelry maker and you have plans to start a business in this particular field, every year they award a winner $7,500 and another $1,000 for supplies. Okay. Halstead grant is, if you've never heard of it before, the application seems really, really simple. They are going to, you need to submit the application. You have to answer 15 business questions. In addition, you have to submit a design portfolio. The experience is designed to help jewelry entrepreneurs create a strategy to kickstart your designing career. So if you're really into jewelry, this is beautiful for you. Okay. You know, there is a I've been seeing, who is it? LL Cool J. LL Cool J's wife. She came out a few years ago with a jewelry line, and I think her not this collection, but the collection before, she did honeycombs. And beautiful, exquisite. Who would have even thought of using the shape of a honeycomb, like, you know, the little octagon shape? She created really expensive jewelry for that, and it has diamonds in it, and it's just lovely, lovely, lovely. And yeah, go get a piece. Go get one. Okay, so going back to the Halstead grant, so you're going to have to do the application and also do the application with this. You want to make sure that you fulfill all the requirements on that. Don't forget to do your design portfolio. That has to be added to it. The deadline for this is May the 1st. So again, this particular grant is $7,500, okay, for the grant, and then an additional, okay? So you want to read about Hillary Halstead and also Kelly Green and all these different people who are collectively part of the decision making on this, and go see what the Halstead company is all about. So the link for this is grant.halstead, HALSTEAD, bead, BEAD.com. Okay. So who've heard of the Zion Bank? All right. Now, when I first saw the name Zion Bank, the first thing I thought about was the Black bank, you know, because we do have Black banks here in these United States, and hopefully you may have one in your city. And if we're going to invest, you know, one of the things to do before you go to a bank, you need to talk to the banker about what's going to be happening with your money so that you don't get it your money don't get locked up in that kind of way. But Zions Bank is in Utah, of course, Salt Lake City, Utah. And Zions Bank has grants for women, okay, as well. So it's called the Smart Women's Grant. And what they've done is they award 6 women. Okay, so this is what they did. The grant amount, each of them received $3,000 from Zions Bank to help prepare their efforts to assist them as they serve their communities. Like I said, they awarded 6 women. In 2004, Zions Bank awarded about 82 micro grants totaling more than 235,000 since 2004. So if you're interested, this year Zion Bank has already received 56 applicants for women in Utah and Idaho, and 6 of the women were ultimately given the grants. And I'm not sure if this is like a real popular grant. It may be popular if you lived in that particular area. So they do it every year. They also have a community clothing closet. There's so much to the Zions Bank. I do not have the deadline for this particular business grant for you. So what you are going to have to do is you want to go to zionsbank.com, and I will put in grants in the search bar and see where that money where the money resides actually. Okay. Go do another one here for you. When I say it's a lot of them. Okay, so this is one of the grants that if you are in finances, you are an accountant, you do accounting, the National Association for Black Accountants is also giving a grant. They have provided over $8 million to deserving students who wanted to go on to win, to get into the finance sector, okay? They also have scholarships. Okay, so remember I said I was going to talk about scholarships, but they have scholarships. So this is a twofold type of deal that you could go onto their website, the National Association of Black Accountants, and you can Google it. They hit their website, and you will also see the scholarships that they give. And they also talk about the economic disparity with what they call African American people, with us people of color or people that's melanated. They said that in the U.S., the newest U.S. census, this is the newest, okay, Blacks or African American make up 13.6% of the U.S. population. It's only 13.6% of us, okay. However, only about 10.8% of the employed market, and fewer than 9% of these categorized as accountants and auditors. So there's a lot of us that's not in money. I always kind of wonder, like, when we think about having money, we think about buying things. Yeah, you do need a house. You do. You need a roof over your head. You do need a vehicle. You do need to have clothes on. Those are like basic food and all that stuff. But when we think about people making it, we want to make sure that we see people blinging, and we think that if you're not blinging, or you're not driving a particular car, or you don't have this particular shoe, or carrying this particular bag, that you don't have any money. And let me just be clear, okay? There's different types of money. You can have money that you just, I call it ghetto rich. You could be ghetto rich. During tax season, which is right now, there's going to be a lot of ghetto rich people. And hopefully that we're actually doing the right thing with our finances, either that we're investing in it, we're lowering our debt, the income ratio, we're buying land, we're buying things that is going to bring us more money. So you can have all the money that you want, or that you think that you need, or whatever. The primary is, how much of it are you holding on to? You see what I'm saying? So remember back in the day, they talked about budgeting, right? you need to have a budget. There was something about Cardi B was talking about how she was trying to figure out when the grocery bill was so high. And people would think, well, you got all of this money. Why are you worried about groceries? Well, she is a steward over her money. It's not the fact of worrying about where the money is. It doesn't matter how much money that you have. If you're a multi-millionaire, a thousandaire, billionaire, trillionaire, you need to know where your dollars are going. And you need to also honor that. So with this particular grant, if you like talking about money and like helping people with their finances, then you want to get with the National Associations of Black Accountants. You want to join the National Association of Black Accountants for African Americans, because it is going to help you in your future. And also you can also apply for their scholarships and for their grants. And I'm also sure, very, very sure, that they provide assistance with your business. Okay. Here's another grant. There's a grant that's called the National Association for the Self-Employed Growth Grant. All right. So with the National Association for the Self-Employed Growth Grant, they award someone about $4,000, and you can renew this grant every year. Some grants, once you get awarded, you can't apply for the grant again. This particular grant, you can. Now, with the Association for Black Accountants did not have a date. I did not see a date about that grant when it expires. So I would say do your homework, go look for it, and find out, when the grant expires. So this is the National Association for the Self-Employed. You might want to join, okay? They have a growth grant that is a program that enables entrepreneurs to apply for a grant to fund and run your business, okay? It's up to $5,000. It gave some stats like, according to 2009, they were saying that over 5 million women are self-employed. 5 million women are self-employed through incorporated or unincorporated enterprises. Okay, so let me just take a pause here. All right, I'm getting ready to give you some big information. So, I've been in business for 29 years, right? And one of the things that I had heard, and even me, I got my LLC. No, I'm not a sole proprietor. We were like, like that was just like the big, huge thing. And it is big. It is an accomplishment. But do you know, tax-wise, you're still taxed at a higher percentage than if you were an S corporation or a C corporation? Did you know that? Or even as a partnership, because of even having a partnership in business, that is above an LLC when it comes to taxes. So you're probably saying, Christina, well, is it too late because I've already have that? No, it's not too late. But what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to change your status with the IRS. And then you're going to have to make sure that you changed your paperwork, okay, like your documents that you have in your folder and all that stuff, because when you're an S Corp, there are certain things you're going to have stock. Who wouldn't want to have stock for their business? Let me tell you why you want to have stock. You want me to tell you? Because you can eventually sell it. If you set your business up right and it makes enough money, you can sell your company. That's why you want to have an S Corp and not just a regular LLC. I mean, you can do it as an LLC. You can have your business big enough that it can be sold later on. You can do that. But why not be able to keep all your money, or the most of it as possible, and to be your tax liability as a business is lowered when you are an S Corp or a C Corp versus an LLC. Okay, so that was my tip there. All right, so if you just tune it in, I am Christina L. Turner, Kingmaker. Please subscribe, like, and share my videos if you think this is going to help someone. And please take notes, honey, because I do be dropping gems while I'm talking. And this is one of the things I'm going to be doing, just reading these grants and stuff off. I've heard that you guys need a little bit more information other than the link. So with this African American, this particular grant, oh my goodness, I can't believe I knew they were going to be calling me. I have to call them back. So with this particular grant right here, the National Association for Self-Employment Growth Grant, you want to join the association, you want to go on here and you want to find out, just Google their name. You need to be a member in good standing. And you need to display enterprise that want to be fulfilled by this grant. There's like a plethora of different lists of things that you need to take care of when applying for this grant. Okay, so check it out, Google it, find out their name, because I'm not going to give you the link on this one. The National Association for Self-Employment Growth Grant. So it's the NASE. Okay, so that's your cue right there. All right. Here's another one called the New Voices Fund. This is the New Voices Fund. Is a funding program established by Shea Moisture. Remember Shea Moisture? We use the hair care and the skincare products. They have a grant that is out, the New Voices Fund. And so the New Voices Fund grant is $100 million, okay, funding initiative that was placed by Shea Moisture and their products. Since they are fully aware that, of course, again, Black women, we are on the rise of entrepreneurship, and they saying that they're finding out that we have a huge influence in our economy. I told you that before, our societies, which is our communities and our household. So now they want to give us some money. So they have a foundation called the New Voices Foundation. It is a 501c3. And what they're doing is they have a woman of color pitch. Okay, it's a pitch contest, and they have this pitch contest every year, and the grants, every contest awards $100,000 in cash, spanning from $5,000 to $25,000. Okay, as well as post-competition training, mentorship, and highly customized skills training. Okay, the foundation has committed to $2.2 million in capital and assistance in cash to women-owned business. All right, so you want to see what is really going on here. One thing you need to do, we talked about incorporation, right? Remember I talked about that S Corp and C Corp? They're saying you need to be an incorporated company for a minimum of 3 months. A Black woman should own the majority of the company. You want to be seeking funding to expand either now or the near future. You have to be headquartered in the United States. You have to have at least one employee, at least be 25 years old, and should have a customer traction and market confirmation evidence. That means market confirmation evidence is you are on social media. Okay, so you're posting on Instagram, you're posting on Facebook, you're probably doing something, you might have a business page on TikTok or whatever, but they want to see that. So you want to go to that particular, I'm going to say it again so that you can find it. It's called the New Voice Fund Grants for Black Business, and Google it and you'll find the link on how to apply there. Let me see what else. I'm going to do one more grant, and then I am going to, because I have to make a call back for this particular person because that was an important call. This is number 7. This is called the Girl Boss Foundation Grant. So the Girl Boss Foundation Grant is kind of new, but it's also for Black women. Okay. And what is the mission of the Girl Boss Foundation? So they're trying to empower the next generation. Okay, so I'm Generation X, so they're going to be a what I think is Z and the millennials. So from 2014 to 2019, this is the Girl Boss Foundation provided $15,000 twice yearly grants to small firms that are in need of business funding. So within the space of 5 years, the foundation has distributed approximately $130,000. Okay, so that is their history. So you want to find out what is needed. All right. So here are some of the requirements, and I'm not going to read them all for you. The Girl Boss Foundation grant requirements: you must be a resident of these United States. And at the time of the application, you must be at least 18 years old. Candidates must always be able to illustrate financial needs as well as creativity and inventiveness, show creativity and innovation of a specific field, show business acumen and foresight, show financial need, and you must have an Invisalign timeline, action plan, and budget are comprehensive and realistic for the next 12 months. You are graded on a percentage of some of these. So let's say, for instance, that for creativity, innovation, they're going to be grading you at 30%. To show business acumen and foresight, that's another 30. Financial need is 30. And then your business plan and your budget and all that stuff, your timeline on how you're gonna run your money through your company, that's about 10%. So that's all I have for you today. And I am Christina L. Turner, Kingmaker. I have over 50 something grants that are available to you today, and I cannot read them all right now. And again, if you want the list, go to info@ChristinaLTurner.com, and that's with a CHR, okay, L, the letter L, Turner.com. And I will send it to you, and the list is $5, and you can start from there. I'll give you the information I have here and a couple of extra ones. All right, have a great day. I wish that you would prosper and be in good health even as your soul prosper.